In honor of Tales and Tales Summer Reading Program 2021, the Cairo Area District Library proudly presents Becoming a Good Creature. Words by Cy Montgomery, pictures by Rebecca Green. School is not the only place to find a teacher. Sometimes we meet teachers in the forest, or in the barn, or in the ocean, or right in our own house. Some of my teachers have had 2 legs, while others have had 4 or even 8, but all have taught me something important about how to be a good creature in the world. Find good teachers. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a dog. I wanted to run really fast and see in the dark. I wanted to understand the sounds of my neighborhood, both wild and tame. But nobody could show me how until Molly. Molly was only a puppy when she came to live with us, but she was already gifted with special animal powers. So I watched her. I listened. And I learned that if we pay attention, the world outside beckons us. Even before I started school, Molly was my first teacher. Discover your passions. When I grew up, I still hungered to learn about animals. In Australia, I met birds who stood almost as tall as I did. Emus can't fly, but they can run like the wind. What were their lives like? I wanted to know. So I moved to a tent in the wild to find out. For many months, I followed 3 emus and watched them like I had watched Molly. They showed me where they traveled and what they ate, and while I followed them, they also showed me my own path. I would go to the places where animals lived. Each would be a new teacher, and I would write their stories. Respect others. Next, I went to Africa to meet gorillas. I hiked in the mountains there for a long time. It was nothing like my home in New Hampshire. As I stopped to catch my breath, I saw a person running toward me. But why? Because a big gorilla was chasing him. But I didn't run. I crouched low and looked at the ground as if bowing before a king. The gorilla stood, beat his chest, and let out a roar. And when he saw that I understood that he was boss, he turned and calmly led me to meet his gorilla family. Ever since that day, I've respected my animal hosts and their homes. Don't be afraid. In India, I met tigers. In Africa, lions. In the rivers of South America, I swam with piranhas and electric eels. In the ocean, I met sharks. None of them ever hurt me. Wait patiently. I traveled to Australia again, this time to meet a different bird, the cassowary. Like the emu, is a tall bird who runs instead of flies. I was eager to meet one and spent a week trekking through their rainforest home. An hour before I had to leave, I went one more time to say goodbye to the beautiful, empty jungle. A cassowary stepped out from the trees before me. He was close enough for me to see his eyelashes. I was so glad that I had waited. Make your own family. At home, animals continued to teach me. My husband and I didn't plan on having babies, but soon a baby came to us, a baby pig. Aww, we named him Christopher Hogwood. The 2 little girls and their mother moved in next door. They saw Chris in the backyard and came to visit every day. He was a very happy pig. We weren't all related, but Christopher showed us that it didn't matter. We became one big family. My husband, our border collie Tess, our hens, the 2 little girls and their mom, and one very happy pig. See for yourself. I'd heard it all before. Hyenas are ugly. Hyenas are lazy. Hyenas are thieves. They steal food from lions. Everyone said so, even the Lion King. Then I visited a hyena den. The fluffy cubs wrestled like playing puppies. Mothers tenderly licked their babies, and they weren't stealing food from lions. More often, lions stole food from them. Hyenas reminded me that what everyone says is not always true. Love little lives. I never gave spiders much thought until I met one in South America who was almost as big as a chipmunk. She was a sleek, black tarantula with toes tipped in pink like she'd just had a fancy pedicure. She lived in a potted plant at a nature center. We learned that she was a gentle kind of tarantula who can live for 30 years. We named her Clarabelle and let her walk across our hands each night. We think she liked us. We sure liked her. Clarabelle showed us that little lives matter as much as big ones. Learn forgiveness. One Christmas morning, I found an intruder in our hen house, a white-coated weasel. Though tiny, weasels are fierce. They catch and eat animals much bigger than themselves. They even eat chickens. Towering above him, I looked into the weasel's black eyes. Fearlessly, the little weasel stared back. How brave he was, and how beautiful in his snowy winter coat. I was dazzled by his determination and couldn't be angry at his will to survive. Find common ground. Octavia had 8 arms, 3 hearts, no bones. She lived in the water, and I lived on land. What could we possibly have in common? We both liked to play. As different as we were, we became friends. The little girls next door moved away. Our pig grew old. Our dog grew old. It felt like everything was ending. Then one day, I got a phone call from our veterinarian. He told me that a neighbor's border collie had just had pups. They were all valuable dogs with important work to do, herding sheep, cows, and pigs when they grew up. All the babies already had farm families waiting for them. All but one. One puppy had a blind eye. Would I take him? Thurber taught me the best lesson of all. Even in the darkest times, there may be a wonderful new teacher waiting for you right around the corner. Hello. For those of you who don't know me, or maybe it's just been so long that you kind of forgot what my face looks like, my name is Miss Randi, and I am the Children's Director at the Carroll Library. So a lot of you already know me as your local friendly neighborhood children's librarian, but some of you may not know me at all, and I'm excited to get to know you this summer because after a really long, weird year, I'm excited to announce that the library is finally back open to the public and just in time for Summer Reading Program 2021. If you've never signed up for our Summer Reading Program before, it's pretty awesome. It looks a little different this year. We're not having any programming inside of the library, but we will be having lots of take-home kits that you can take home back to your house to do activities with your friends and family in your neighborhood. And these take-home kits include everything from dinosaur fossils to magical potions to take-home science labs. They're actually pretty cool. And the best part is that we are going to be ending Summer Reading Program this year with an outdoor drive-in movie. It's going to be pretty cool. I know a lot of you probably don't know what a drive-in movie is, so maybe ask your teachers or the adults in your life, and they can maybe show you pictures, or you can Google a picture of what a drive-in movie looks like. Also, keep an eye on the library Facebook page or our newsletter when you come into the library, because we'll have more information on what movie we're going to be showing, and that'll be really exciting. We have lots of prizes lined up. Anyone who finishes their reading log during the summer reading program will get a coupon for a free Blizzard at Dairy Queen, and also a brand new free book that's theirs to choose and theirs to keep. You don't have to give it back to the library. We also have a couple of other additional prizes, like gift cards to the dollar store, to Walmart, to McDonald's. Oh yeah, we're gonna hook you up this summer. So come on down to the children's section down in the basement. Some of you guys might remember how to get there. When you walk into the library, the steps to the basement is right to your right on your right-hand side. Walk down those steps, come on down to the children's section, and Miss Randi will get you signed up for Summer Reading Program. You do get a reading log that looks like this. You can keep track of your reading inside. And then you also get a free book bag to keep all of your books in. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Miss Randi, I don't even like to read. Or maybe some of you are thinking, Miss Randi, I just barely learned how to read. It's not easy for me. It doesn't come easy to me like it does to others. And that's okay. We got you covered here at the Carroll Library. Because when you open your reading log, you will see a list of bonus activities that you can do in place of reading. And this is just to help you get where you gotta go, you know? And so you can go ahead and go through the list of approved bonus activities to do every single day in place of reading, and that'll maybe help you get closer to your goal this summer. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love to see you on June 14th. That's a Monday, and school will already be let out. Come on down to the Carroll Library, walk down those basement steps to the children's section, and Miss Randi and her helpers will get you signed up for Summer Reading Program 2021. I'll see you there.